We're going to this boondocking site that overlooks the Badlands. It's called The Wall.
We're gonna see if this Featherlite has four-wheel drive.
You don't need four-wheel drive, I promise.
Sure.
I read everything.
There's your radio.
Okay, so just kind of ride on back here, and then we're gonna find our spot. So we are analyzing the best spot for our camping adventure. Free parking, it's Department of Interior. 6 miles from Wall.
We're thinking about pulling in here, pulling on this cool spot right here. I think it's pretty badass.
We're parked down there already, but I really want to try to see critters early in the morning and at dusk tonight. And we're thinking this
Might have
little
a better
green
chance
area
here.
might have some grazing.
That's a beautiful view.
It's just really what a cool campsite.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to mark our territory. Look, this is funny.
I get that coach.
My poor husband, he's walking back to get the bus so we don't lose our spot. I'm staked out right here with the car. But I mean, seriously, look how wonderful. You'll be fine, baby. You can do her, manure. Okay, so directions are you basically take the Wall exit, which I think is exit 110, if I remember.
Yeah.
It's basically 240. To the right is downtown Wall. To the left is where you turn, which you're headed
To go to the Badlands.
to go to the Badlands.
You
Go about, what, 6 miles?
go about 6 miles, there'll be a big tower on the right.
Radio tower.
Radio tower. You go right past it, then there's 2 more towers on the left. There's a turn in. You go across the cattle guard right there, and you follow the little road. It's, maybe a quarter mile back in there. It's easy as hell.
It's not very hard. We have a 45-foot Prevost bus, Featherlite. We had no problem. You got to go slow. If you're worried about getting dirty, don't come because it's going to get real dirty and real dusty. But
Our bus is filthy.
yeah, but it was worth the adventure. Now, here's the deal. We kind of took our time and scouted out the spot that we thought would be perfect.
I would recommend unhooking your car like we did. Drive around till you find a potential spot. We did. We wanted to race in there and get that spot, so we went. She took the car. I brought the bus. We put it in that spot. Then we got in the car and went and scouted out a better spot. But we had ourselves a spot to start with.
Around 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, this place got hopping. I mean, it started getting really busy.
Yeah.
Lots of people pulling in. We pulled in, I think, around 1:30, which
Probably.
I think if you could get here between 11 to 2, you could probably have your pick of the best spot in the place. If you go to the right, there's fewer spots to the right, but there is a big turnaround down there. If you go to the left, which is where we came, there's a ton of spots. I mean, it's what, 3 or 4 miles of wall that you can
No, it's probably a mile.
Okay.
But I will say this. If you were traveling with friends and there was 2 or 3 coaches, there's a couple of spots up here that you
absolutely.
could literally put 3 coaches nose to tail and
Have a little caravan.
Yeah, it's not going to be super level. It's boondocking, but it is so worth it. The view off the backside is amazing. And you're 10 minutes or less from Wall, where the famous Wall drugstore is.
We decided to come down and catch out the Wall Drugs, the famous general store and cafe, and get us a little light lunch before we set camp out for the night. Last thing I asked Skinner was, you got your wallet? Because I'm not bringing my purse. Oh, yeah. Get in there, I order. He didn't have no damn money. So I'm gonna count pennies. I'm gonna count what I have in here. I'm not joking right now. I have $7 in my little emergency roadside, go through the fast food drive-through wallet. $7. See what I can buy for $7. I'm really hungry. So Skinner is counting. See if we can get a donut.
We sat out here last night and enjoyed the views, watched for wildlife, and just enjoyed it. And the top 5 best sunsets I've ever seen in my life.
I agree. This is...
Take a look at this through these binoculars. It's really cool.
That's what we've been doing. It's really cool. This is why we RV. So here's the cool thing too. You can see a sunset and a sunrise. Last night we saw the sunset. We set our alarm clock for 5:15 this morning. We got up and saw a beautiful sunrise. Good morning. 5:45, and we are having a little sunrise coffee. And you can hear the coyotes. Coyotes are waking up. Here comes my baby with his coffee. I don't want to give up our camping spot.
What was your bonus though this morning? Something with horns?
Okay, I was so bummed because everybody else on YouTube showed all this wildlife and I hadn't seen anything. We went out.
Except for Clyde.
Except for Clyde, yeah. We went, kind of looked the other way towards the highway.
I went for a walk.
Yeah.
She was panicking because she's afraid her dog will get his feet dirty or something.
Well, that's okay. That's a warning too. But then I turned around and I went, big orange sheep. He was magnificent.
Yes.
He was gorgeous. And he was staring right at us. It was almost like, all right, Angie, here you go. I'm making my appearance just for you.
He was posing and turning for us.
Here's my warning. This was where Mike was making fun of me. When we first got here, Clyde was so excited. He was running around like a bucking bronco. He went down into the tall grass. Okay, it was 100 degrees. I know there's rattlesnakes in that tall grass. And I panicked. He came back up with cacti thorns.
He had stickers in his foot.
Oh my gosh, his foot, he
God.
had cacti stuck on his lip. I had to get tweezers. So don't let your dog run down in the tall grass because there's a ton of cacti down there. And if you're hiking, wear closed-toed shoes. That is one of the things that they tell you actually when you read about Badlands National Park. Don't be walking around in your flip-flops because those cacti hurt. I got some stuck in my arm and you got to pull them out with tweezers. I would definitely walk the whole wall if you get an opportunity or drive down it because the views change. It's just kind of cool. It's basically your way to see the Badlands without having to go to the Badlands National Park and be with all the crowds. This was magnificent. I will say probably my all-time favorite camping spot. There was this place in Cooper's Rock, West Virginia we used to love. We did that boondocking deal on the Yellowstone River in Montana, but I'm going to tell you right now, this was my favorite. Thank you, honey.
It's definitely in the top 5. It's a neat spot. It's not for everybody, but it was for us, and we really enjoyed it.